the people and get the word out about this fight.
Resort to fighting animal style in the center of the ring, and I think they're going to go toe-to-toe. I think Andrew is going to too strong for Lennox, and he's going to knock him out, hit him on the chin and knock him out.
I'm going to win. I'm going to beat the champ.
Andrew's best weapon, remember, is his chin. That's his best weapon, his chin. Retrospect, Lennox's worst weakness is his chin. So let's find out who's got the better chin.
And don't forget the explosive undercard, headlined by the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship bout. Arturo Gatti against Gabriel Ruelas. Gatti, the human highlight reel, always in an exciting fight. And Ruelas is a former champion. There are 3 fights that illustrate the maturity of Arturo Gatti. The first was an all-out ballroom brawl slugfest against Wilson Rodriguez, still talked about in boxing circles today. The second and third came against Tracy Harris Patterson. In the first Patterson bout, Gatti boxed for a change, stayed outside, got a big lead on points, and then was able to withstand the late Patterson assault. The second fight, a war from the beginning. Each fighter almost out in the first round, but Gatti won a big decision going away. As for Ruelas, he comes in at 44-3 with 23 knockouts, having won his title against Jesse James Leha. Now, he's won 3 fights in a row since losing to the Professor, Azuma Nelson, in 1995. And for Ruelas, this is a major opportunity to move up and have future showcases. Don't forget also on this card, Jesus Chavez defending his NABF title for the 4th time. He goes against Troy Dorsey. Dorsey, the only man to have titles in boxing and kickboxing. The undercard also features Joel Casamayor and Fernando Vargas. Is he another De La Hoya? We'll see in years to come. Well, thanks for tuning in to the preview of The Bigger They Are, The Harder They Brawl, October 4th in Atlantic City, hosted by Caesars. Lennox Lewis, Andrew Galata. A lot on the line, the WBC Heavyweight Championship, and who knows what's in store for the winner, maybe a battle with Evander Holyfield. That's it for now. I'm Dave Bontempo. I'll see you at the fights.
I would ask them if I can have some of it. If they say no, that's okay. But if I steal it, I would never do that. Nope.
As a parent, you are the greatest influence in your child's life. You set examples of what's right and wrong. And stealing cable TV is not only wrong, it's a federal crime.
Can Galata fight within the rules?
Is taking a beating. This is a bad one. And Wayne Kelly is going to have to give Bo a timeout. That was another low blow. Down goes Bo, and that's it. Great. The disqualification. Now there's a fight in the ring. Somebody's going to get hurt in there. There's something wrong with Oliver McCall. He doesn't really want to fight. He's crying in his corner. I've never seen anything like this. I wonder how much longer Mills Lane will allow this to go on. And that's going to be it. With a whimper, not a bang. Lennox Lewis has just become the WBC World Heavyweight Champion for the 2nd time in his career. Hard power punches from Galata. Bo goes down. And Galata looks as calm as an assassin. A fighter who simply cannot stop himself from throwing low blows.
No more body punches!
And down goes Bo again. He's disqualified Galata again. He's saying, Doc, one day you're here to fight, not to hug.
You tell me next time he's gone, okay?
It's the end of the fight. We've had another disqualification. Yep. And Lewis is once again denied the spectacular knockout that he thinks he needs to galvanize public opinion in his favor.
So what happens tonight? Redemption or repeat? Happy ending or Halloween? Vargas Jr. and has a 3-inch reach advantage as well. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Fernando Vargas, Alex Q.
fight is scheduled for 8 rounds. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you cannot be saved by the bell at any round, including the 8th and final round. Jim.
Thank you, Harold. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Atlantic City's Convention Hall, courtesy of Caesars Atlantic City, where tonight, main events, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, in association with Panics Promotions and Ziggy Promotions, presents an evening of professional boxing for your entertainment. All the bouts you see tonight are sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr. Let's get things started, ladies and gentlemen, with an 8-round bout. This is in the welterweight division. The 3 judges scoring this contest on the 10-point must system will be Calvin Claxton, Larry Layton, and Paul Venti. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Eddie Cotton. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks trimmed with black and weighing in at 153 pounds. His professional record, 9 victories with 4 KOs to his credit, against 2 defeats with 2 draws. From Miami, Florida, here is Alex Quiroga. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the green, silver, and red, and weighing in at 149.5 pounds. This 1996 U.S. Olympic team member is now undefeated with a record of 6-0, all 6 victories by knockout. From Oxnard, California, here is the undefeated, ferocious Fernando Vargas.
All right, boxers, I expect to do a clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Just touch gloves.
One more quick word on the opponent, Quiroga. In his 13 previous bouts, he's never been knocked out, but he has not had a ring assignment for a year. Fought in September of last year and lost a 10-round decision. He said to us, "I'm only 26. This is an opportunity to rebuild my career in one night, so I take the chance." Vargas, for a 19-year-old fighter, Roy Jones, is as relaxed in the ring as anyone I've seen at the welterweight level.
Very calm, very precautious. He never takes crazy chances. I mean, he just seems like a veteran. He seems like a very good student of the game.
Well, he won a national amateur title at 16, the youngest fighter ever to do so.
Left hook there by Vargas. Partially because of the fluid left hook, there are constant comparisons to Oscar De La Hoya. He doesn't like that terribly much and wants ultimately to pay it off for himself by fighting De La Hoya and beating him. But of course, virtually everybody in the sport under 160 pounds has that ambition.
Not an easy task to perform, though.
Right now showing a well-educated left hand, hard jabs, followed by a hook.
All 6 of Vargas's knockouts so far in the first or the second round. So you don't want to go to the kitchen quite yet.
The good thing about this guy for Vargas is that he's a good opponent because Lou Duva knows him, I'm sure, inside and out, having sparred with many of his former champions. So Vargas has to go in here and perform, but he has to also look like somebody promising, or else it'll be a letdown for him in some sense.
A dozen former Olympians from the class of '96 have turned pro. I understand that collectively their record is about 90-0 after a year. A few of them have already stood out as potential stars, as professionals, including Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah, 140-pounder, David Reed at 154 pounds.
Scored a knockout just down the boardwalk last night, 46 seconds of the first round against Jorge Vaca.
And this young man here, Vargas, of all of them, I'd like to have stock in Vargas.
I agree. And part of that is because the opportunities that will be available to him if he's able to continue to progress at this weight level and one level up at 154. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Vargas at some point in his career could have chances against De La Hoya, against even Pernell Whitaker if he hangs around a little bit longer, against Terry Norris, against Felix Trinidad.
And the list goes on.
Quiroga makes it out of the first round against Vargas. And there's the ubiquitous Lou Duva.
When you're popping a jab, start looking for the 1-2s.
Coming up in the very next fight, yet another fighter with stardom on the horizon. Cuban defector Joel Casamayor, Olympic gold medalist at 119 pounds back in 1992, was favored to win that gold medal again in 96, but he defected to the United States as part of the Miami-based all-Cuban Team Freedom just a couple of months before the games in Atlanta. Southpaw, as you can see.
Very promising southpaw.
Vargas landed 13 of 29 jabs by CompuBox numbers in the first round, 27 of 52 overall for 52%. All in all, a measured, relatively cautious start for young Vargas against Alex Quiroga.
Vargas is performing like a seasoned professional here. He doesn't look like a guy who's only been professional for 1 or 2 years.
Just missed with that right hand over the top. Quiroga throws a left hook to the body. Vargas has blocked a lot of Quiroga's offerings so far. Solid right hand by Vargas. Follows with a left hook that lands and a straight right over the top. Just missed. And now right hand lands over the top for Quiroga, and Vargas is going to have to get a little bit more careful about his left hand.
And Lou Duva knows this. This is why he put him in with this guy. He put him in to see exactly where he's standing, to let him see where he's standing, and it also be a big confidence booster for him to beat someone who's sparred with the likes of Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho. This says a lot about a guy.
Left hook combination by Vargas, first to the rib cage and then to the head. Quiroga still there and fires a right hand.
That hurt Quiroga.
All right, stop punching. Good job.
I had heard that Quiroga had trained very well for this fight, seeing it as an opportunity, and it shows because some of those punches he wouldn't have survived if he wasn't in top condition.
Trainer Eleazar De Leon saying, my fighter knows how to fight. No young guy's going to embarrass him.
Quiroga is complaining that he was thumbed.
Okay, stop punching.
Referee Eddie Cotton.
Sorry, I know you got to go.
And Quiroga still squinting with the right eye as Cotton motions him to keep going, and now Quiroga truly bothered by the right eye, and that's going to make it tough for him to stop Vargas's lightning left hook.
Yeah, he has to find a way to survive this round, get back to the corner, and get ministered to.
Fewer than 20 seconds to go, as you can see in our TVKO clock. Quiroga still squinting with the right eye, and Vargas alertly firing the left hook.
Yeah, Quiroga is panicking here in this situation. He's been sparring with all those guys. He should know by now not to panic.
It's with the gloves attached at the thumb. You don't often see somebody get thumbed anymore. It was an accidental thumbing in which he must have caught him with the side of the glove, Roy.
Yeah, it was an accident, but it does happen.
Suck it in your nose. Come on.
Let's see if we can isolate the shot that did the damage.
There it was, clearly a thumb. The same thing happened to me in the Griffin fight, the first Griffin fight.
He just sort of grazed the outside of his eye.
And it's a bad feeling, but you still can't panic.
You catch it just right or just wrong, and it can swell pretty fast.
Dig into the body and stay inside.
You hear me? Go with a double hook.
You stay inside? You're rough with him, Alan.
So young Vargas journeys into the third round of a scheduled 8 against Alec Quiroga. And already Vargas has been stretched to a longer distance than at any other point in his pro career. And I think if you're Lou Duva, you're probably happy to see that. Get some rounds.
And that's why I think Lou picked this guy as an opponent for Vargas.
A solid right cross. Vargas has got a pretty good chin. He's taken some heavy artillery early.
He just took 3 stiff punches.
Stop punching. Hands free.
He hasn't been in a fight like this as a professional. We'll see how he reacts.
Seems to be holding up pretty good so far, though.
Remember, Quiroga in 13 pro fights has never been knocked out. So Vargas is trying to do something no one else has done. And Vargas's early reputation and mantle of glory are such, even at this early stage of his career, that
Stop punching.
going the distance, 8 full rounds, would be seen by some as a disappointment, even though it would probably be a useful learning experience for him.
Yeah, well, because he just learned one thing just a few seconds ago. He moved straight out after his combination. He was caught by a right hand, because you never bag straight up from an opponent after a right hand.
Back out at an angle, right?
Left or right, and whichever way you go, still you go low.
Let him go. Let's go. Stop punching.
Lou Duva asked his fighter to get rough in this round. Wants to see a little bit more freewheeling from Vargas, and you heard Quiroga's corner telling him to stay away from double left hooks.
Now you see Vargas moving left and right when he's attacking.
Let's go.
This is the smartest thing he can do. That'll keep him from getting hit when he's coming straight down the pipe. A steel target is much easier to hit than a moving one.
Vargas pretty comfortable when the two of them are fighting in space in the middle of the ring. Like a lot of young fighters, he's less certain of what to do once he backs his opponent into the ropes.
Stop punching. Good job, fellas. Nice. Okay, let him go.
Double left hook inside by Vargas, and Quiroga wraps his left arm up in his own right hand.
The body shot seems to be taking effect on Quiroga now.
Let him loose.
Well, not to mention that his right eye is swelling both above and beneath the eye, product of all that left-hand punishment that Vargas has been dealing out. Quiroga alertly tries to get to Vargas's body as round 3 comes to a close.
Stay on the outside. You use your jab. You bust him up with the jab and the right hand and the hooks behind it. Don't go inside and make it a war. Do not play his game. All right?
Con gancho. Del 3-2 o el upper con gancho. Busca la derecha.
Sí, pero tú tienes base al lado. Okay? After you put the 1-2s from the outside, then I want you stepping around this guy. I don't want you staying on the inside and going to war. Don't be macho. Be smart. Okay? Be smart.
They charge you to fight now, Alex. Now it's your time. You waited a long time for this.
It's time, bro. You hear me? Let's get busy. All right? Let's get busy.
Keep stepping around.
Punch fast.
This can be a great learning experience for a young fighter to find out that there are just some nuts out there that you can't crack.
And I'm sure, like I said earlier, this is what Lou wants.
I don't know if he planned on it being this tough, right?
Harold Letterman, how'd you have it scored through the first 3 rounds?
Not a terribly hard fight to score. 3-0, 30-27. Fernando Vargas. He's winning this fight with that jab and that left hook, and he's so smart. I love the way he steps to the side and whacks the guy, knowing that the guy's got a vision problem in his right eye. He's a very, very smart kid, very well-educated kid. As far as Alex Quiroga goes, he's got some jaw taking those shots.
You talked about him being educated, Hal. He spoke with enormous pride to us the other day about being the first fellow in his family, his extended family, to ever graduate from high school.
Quiroga slowing down, less and less capable of getting away from Vargas's combinations, and Vargas very patiently picking his shots against Quiroga.
And his shots are beginning to take an effect on Quiroga. He's starting to swirl more around the eyes. He's trying to talk to Vargas to get Vargas to come in and trade with him, which is basically his only chance to win. Vargas' corner advised him to stay outside and box, which is smart. Don't go in and bang with the banger. You give him an opportunity to land his best punches.
Did veteran opponents used to try to talk to you to get under your skin when you were a young prospect coming up, Roy?
Yeah, they did, but it didn't do any good. Words don't do anything when you're in the ring. Punches are what count.
It's got to be kind of amusing, though.
That's fun. I mean, it makes you smile just like Vargas just did. And you admire the guy for having such courage, because you know he's taking a punishing, and he doesn't really want to be in there, and he doesn't mean none of those things that he's saying.
Oftentimes when a fighter's in developing stages of his career, as Fernando Vargas is, you wait to see when he'll settle down on his punches to get maximum power out of them. Not a problem early on for Fernando Vargas.
No, I think he starts settling down on his punches at the Olympics.
Banging to the body is Vargas. Right hand uppercut, caught the point of Quiroga's chin. And Quiroga, hurt by a body punch, comes up top and lands a right hand over the top.
Big roundhouse right flush on the jaw.
Quiroga's throwing some good punches here at Vargas. He just can't catch him, because Vargas won't stand still for him.
Neat 4-punch combination inside by Vargas. Just piling up the punishment, piling up the points, and gradually breaking down Alex Quiroga.
You got to bring it back up. I don't want you on the inside exchanging with this man. He's too short. Okay, you can't get under him there. You're cutting the pieces on the outside. You know, just keep breaking him down. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. But don't, when you throw that jab, don't throw that head back. You bring that jab hand right back by your cheek. Okay? Roll that head.
See, when you're on the inside, you got to start getting your combinations off. You're waiting a little too long. You're looking for one punch. Don't look for one punch. Get your combinations off.
Here's a desperation right hand that Quiroga threw and landed flush on Vargas' jaw. Another angle of it. But as the round ended, Quiroga patted Vargas on the behind as if to say, "You're a man, young man."
Quiroga swelling badly around both eyes, as you can now see. Incidentally, the voice you're listening to in Vargas's corner most of the time is that of co-trainer Roger Bloodworth. Over the years, you've seen Lou Duva work with a lot of people. George Benton for a long time, then Ronnie Shields. Now, with many of his fighters, he's working with Bloodworth, and these are the guys who do most of the instructional work day by day by day in the gym. Lou, of course, is invaluable as a motivator, a promoter, a smokescreen, a lively presence, a rules advocate. He performs a lot of functions for his fighters. Vargas biding his time and still picking his spots to land those right crosses, left jab, occasional double left hooks, like that.
That was a good left uppercut by Vargas. He's trying to set Quiroga up now.
Uppercut with the right hand.
Don't push that down. All right, stop one. Let's go. Step back. Good job.
It's an old story. In his early teenage years in Oxnard, California, Vargas was increasingly getting into trouble at school, getting into street fights. As he turned on the television set one day and saw amateur boxing on a regional channel in Southern California and said, "Hey, what is this? I didn't know anything about it." Roy, you've never been beyond 2 rounds in a professional fight, and now you find yourself in the 5th. We can see that Vargas has his mouth open, breathing just a little bit more heavily than was the case in the early rounds. How much uncertainty enters your mind during an experience like this?
There's not much uncertainty. It's just that your body tells you you need to slack up a little bit. My arms are getting tired. My legs are getting tired. My punches don't feel as sharp as they should be feeling. But then you have to take and say, look, my mind controls my body. You're going to do just like we've been doing in the gym. You're going to do just like you did in rounds 1 and 2 and all those other fights. You're going to do that the whole night. And that's called self-discipline.
There's got to be at least a part of you that says, I'm a real pro now. This is kind of satisfying.
Confidence.
Quiroga not firing back as Vargas lands a series of left hooks. One of the things I love about him when he tries to finish, he remembers to go to the body most of the time.
He works up and he works down.
Along about now, I'm wishing that there was a graceful way for Quiroga to get out of here because he's taking a woeful beating and he has shown a great deal of heart.
With the 1-2s and the body shots.
Dale el aire con la nariz todo el tiempo luego y suéltalo con la boca. Te vayas haciendo, te vayas acostumbrando.
Be calm. Yes.
Okay, don't get too close to this guy because that's when he suckers you. Well, you just keep that jab distance. You keep dropping the right hands on. We got 6, 7, and 8 to go. We can't last you breaking him down. Right at the end, you suck it in. Suck it in. Come on, huh?
You can bring this in. You can do it. No, you can do it. Here's this hard combination. A right hand, 2 lefts, a right, a left, another left, another left, another one, and a right. That is major league stuff. And I'm hopeful that if Quiroga goes to another round like that his corner has the presence to say, you made a big effort, son, not tonight.
Yeah, because this is not sparring. You don't have headgear. Yeah, you don't have big gloves on to absorb some of the punishment.
And Quiroga at this point is not thinking much in the way of offense. He's circling the ring and hoping that Vargas won't be too hard on him. Vargas back to the body with the left hook. Quiroga threw 1 left hook upstairs. Quiroga doesn't want much more of this.
No, he doesn't. And it's mainly because of those body shots.
Body shots have made the difference in the last 2 rounds. Quiroga, who had foot movement before, doesn't have much of it now. And you wonder if Eddie Cotton
Stop. Come on,
going to seek a merciful stoppage here.
Yeah. It's time.
Yeah. He asked how's he feeling. He didn't say good, that's for sure.
That's right.
Let's go.
You know, the rules of engagement are that as long as a fighter is fighting back, that Quiroga is fighting back less and less.
Quiroga just flashed a glance at Cotton as if to say, do I have to go down, or will you give me my manhood and let me get out of here without having to taste the canvas?
Yep, because now he's showing that sparring partner's mentality. He knows he can't win. He doesn't really want to win anymore. He just wants out of there.
Lands a right hand and gets brave enough to fire another one. And a third. So suddenly Quiroga comes alive as he's able to land a counter shot while Vargas was letting his defenses down. Not surprising. Quiroga had gone more than a minute and a half without firing a punch. Vargas might have thought he didn't have to worry about that anymore. And Fernando, 19 years old, continues to work the body like a veteran.
Quiroga is showing the heart of a champion. If nothing else, he has a big heart, a tremendous heart.
So you got both eyes virtually shut. You're taking a brutal beating to the rib cage. You're brave enough and strong enough that you're not going to go down. It all redounds, unfortunately, to more brutal punishment.
Well, this is where the adults have to step in. If not, the referee,
Stop punching. Stop
then
punching.
the cornerman.
Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go.
This is why I think every fighter, every cornerman should be an ex-fighter. He was an ex-fighter. He knows what it's like to take that punch.
That's enough. Eddie Cotton finally stops it. Technical knockout for Fernando Vargas. Brave performance for Alex Quiroga. He had never been knocked out, and he can still say, I've never been knocked down, even though he took merciless punishment from a serious welterweight puncher.
Very good stoppage by the referee. Very good stoppage.
Now, look at my eyes.
Okay, you know where you are?
I know where I'm at.
By 1999, or perhaps a little sooner,
Convention Center before.
we'll see Vargas move into the rankings. And then, depending on what's in front of him,
Oxnard, baby.
he'll get his opportunities.
Representing.
Still just
Putting Oxnard on the map.
19 years old.
You just hope that the boxing public will allow this guy to proceed at a logical pace, that he doesn't get hustled too fast. So many people want to see him fight De La Hoya tomorrow.
Well, that's a match that has to cook for a long time until it's ready. It's nowhere near ready now.
A fact which Vargas freely acknowledged in his discussion with us yesterday.
Absolutely. He agitated a little bit early on when he turned pro about De La Hoya, but he stepped back now and sees where he is and where De La Hoya is. And
Harold unveiled the mystery of your scorecard for us.
Jim, I'll tell you, I had it 50-45 after 5 rounds.
What a
5
shot.
rounds to nothing. But I'll tell you something, Jim, that 5th round certainly could have been a 10-8 round. I mean, I really went 10-9, but I was thinking 10-8. Quiroga threw a few punches back, so that's why I called it 10-9. Incidentally, on the boxing gloves, they are 8-ounce thumb attached Reyes. It's 8-ounce up to 154 pounds. Anything over 155, you go to 10-ounce.
All right, so all of the judges had it the same way, 50-45. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eddie Cotton has to step in and call a halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes 53 seconds of round number 6. The winner by TKO victory, his record now 7-0. 7 by knockout victory from Oxnard, California, the ferocious Fernando Vargas. And a round of applause for the very game effort from Alex Quiroga.
7th consecutive win for young Fernando Vargas. Ferocious Fernando Vargas, 19 years old. And the first of our 5 bouts on the evening goes into the books as the expected and predictable easy victory for the hottest young prospect in the welterweight division, 19-year-old Fernando Vargas. Let's take a look at the one-sided final punch stat numbers, which will show how thoroughly Vargas dominated the fight, landing 248 punches to his opponent's 43, and landing at a 52% clip compared to 21% for Quiroga. And frankly, those statistics don't do justice to how one-sided the fight was. It was worse than that. Well, still to come, a big evening of boxing tonight as we get ready to wrap it all up at the end of the evening with the main event between Lennox Lewis and Andrew Galata. Hotly anticipated heavyweight title fight with much on the line. Not only, of course, the title belt that will be contested tonight, but the question of whether the winner of this fight can make a strong enough statement to merit a likely challenge against the winner of the November 8 heavyweight championship fight between People's Champion Evander Holyfield and former champion Michael Moore. Still to come this evening, we've got another showcase coming up in the next bout. Joel Casamayor, an overwhelming favorite against Julio Gervasio. Casamayor, like Vargas, whom you just saw, a former Olympic star who is unbeaten early in his professional career. Then Jesus Chavez will defend one of those stepping stone type titles, a North American title, against a man who once held a world title, Troy Dorsey, and who is the only man ever to hold a kickboxing world championship and a boxing world championship. And you could almost have spent the money on your pay-per-view connection for the drama of Arturo Gatti against Gabriel Ruelas, two of the most exciting fighters in the sport. Another former Olympic star with an unbeaten pro record enters the ring. This is Joel Casamayor, 1992 Olympic gold medalist at 119 pounds. He was favored to win that gold medal again in 1996, but defected from Cuba to the United States just a couple months before the Atlanta Games. You see the early pro record, 8 wins, no losses, 6 KOs, just as was the case with Vargas. 4 of those 6 knockouts have come in the first round. The fighters' records tonight are being brought to you by The Ring, the Bible of boxing. And across the ring from Casamayor, his opponent, the veteran Julio Gervasio. And just as was the case with Vargas, who went in against his toughest opponent so far, so too does Casamayor go in against the man who is clearly his toughest opponent so far. Gervasio has been in with some tough opponents. As you can see, he once held a junior featherweight crown. He's moved up a little bit in weight since then and is somewhat heavier than in the old days, as he gets ready to go against Casamayor. Tail of the tape now between Joel Casamayor of Team Freedom, the Cuban defector group in Miami. 4-year age advantage for Casamayor and 1-inch height advantage against Gervasio. They weighed in at 131 pounds apiece, agreed to in the contract. 1-inch reach advantage for Gervasio. Remember that Casamayor is that rarity, a power punching southpaw. Rules of the bout with Harold Letterman.
The